Southern Methodist Mustangs at Houston Cougars prediction and preview. Southern Methodist Mustangs at Houston Cougars. Well, the world will be watching as the 8th best team in the nation, the Houston Cougars, will take on their in-state rival, the Southern Methodist Mustangs, come 8 p.m. The game will be played in the Fertitta Center in Houston and surely looks to be a great contest. Houston fans recently saw their arena remodeled and are looking to set the stage for a victory, while the SMU Mustangs will look to steal a game on the road. It would be great for their position going into the tournament and could greatly affect the seeding for both teams. Houston is -12.5 in this game over SMU. The two teams are quite similar on paper. They each average around the same points total, Houston averaging 75.7 points per game and Southern Methodist averaging 72 per game. On top of that, the teams average roughly the identical number of steals and assists per game, Houston at 6.7 steals per game and 15.1 assists, with Southern Methodist at 6.0 steals and 14.1 assists respectively. Unfortunately, that may be where the similarities end. However, SMU loves to push the pace. Southern Methodist relies on their offense to get them going, whereas Houston is led by efforts at the other end of the floor. The Cougars controls the tempo and the momentum of their opponent by controlling possessions and limiting quality opportunities with overpowering defense. They play a primarily man-to-man schemed defense, while Southern Methodist plays a famous version of zone defensive structure. Houston typically keeps their points total relatively consistent from game to game. And Southern Methodist, if hot on a particular night, can score over 90 points, something fairly uncommon at the college level. Houston, if they have a weakness, is just that. They cannot seem to score more than 85 points on a given night, save for those that turned into a complete exhibition game against far lesser competition. However, with that in mind, Houston also has not scored fewer than 63 points, but 2 times. They control the game and their offensive production to meet the needs of the game. If their defense is containing the opposition, they likely won't be dropping many points because, well, they simply don't need to. Houston fantastic season thus far. The Mustangs are a far more inefficient team in general than the Cougars. They shoot a combined 43.5% from the floor, while Houston is successful in 44.7% of their shots taken. Aside from the efficiency gap, the two teams play with a different style of aggressiveness as well. Houston averages over 3 more rebounds per game than the Southern Methodist, showing that they, on average, are a more aggressive team. Speaking of the aggressive, attacking nature of the Cougars, they also average 8.6 fewer points given up per contest. That is a remarkable number, especially in this comparison. The Cougars are widely touted as one of the best defensive team in the land, giving up 68 points per game. Because of the rivalry, I think the Mustangs will keep this one close, but I think the Cougars will pull it out at home and win by a score of 73-64. Take SMU to cover in this game.